Tuanon is real. Tuanon is watching. The zealous fans of Tua Tagovailoa. And, hey, we've already established this. No excuses for Tua in 2022.
No excuses.
Offensive line better, receivers better, running backs better, defense very good last year. Same defensive coordinator in Josh Boyer. Mike McDaniel, a very fascinating young coach. For as dysfunctional as the Dolphins got after firing Brian Flores, they really did find their way out of the weeds. And they, to me, are one of the most fascinating teams in an incredibly difficult conference. I still think they're a team to watch and a team that could make it to the playoffs, Charean.
Yeah, and it is interesting, Mike, when players start talking about a new coach and the energy he brings and how excited they are by a new coach. They haven't lost a game yet. They haven't had disputes about playing time. They haven't had injuries. It's easy to talk about a new coach and be happy about the new coach, but I understand why they're excited about Mike McDaniel. He does seem like an exciting coach who's going to kind of bring maybe a different energy, as Xavier Howard said today, who, by the way, has become the longest tenured guy on that team now at 6 years, 28 years old. So got the contract done. So he, of course, is happy with the direction that the team is going. We'll see if it's all going to come down to Tua and how he plays. If he plays well, this team has a chance to do special things. If he doesn't, the Dolphins are going to have another quarterback next season, perhaps Tom Brady, as you've alluded to.
Oh, and the Tom Brady thing, let me just say this. I haven't pressed pause and mentioned this recently. That was real. That was happening. He hadn't retired yet. When did he actually retire? He retired, what was it? February 1, right? Yeah, it was the day Brian Flores filed his lawsuit. It got overshadowed very quickly by Brian Flores filing his lawsuit. He was going to be, I'm told by multiple sources, introduced as a minority owner of the Dolphins Super Bowl week. That was the plan at the time he retired. And then a coach was going to be hired. A coach who had recently stepped away from the New Orleans Saints. And then at some point in the spring, Tom Brady was going to unretire and play for the team that he now owns a piece of after working a deal with the Buccaneers to get his rights from Tampa Bay to Florida. But the first step was going to be Tom Brady becoming a minority owner of the Dolphins. And the Dolphins admitted privately when we reported that the Dolphins were exploring a Sean Payton and Tom Brady package deal a few weeks back, that they did consider selling a minority interest in the team to Tom Brady. It was more than that. It was locked and loaded. It was happening. The Flores lawsuit pulled the plug on the whole thing. And next year, let's see what happens. Because next year, no contract for Tom Brady in Tampa, no franchise tag, no transition tag. He goes wherever he wants. He can go straight to Miami in 2023. And if this Mike McDaniel deal ends up being good for them and this new energy and he's an offensive genius, maybe exactly what Brady's looking for, Charean.
Well, it sure might, Mike, and which is why that Tua is out of excuses this year. This is his year. This is probably his last year in Miami to prove that he's the guy that they thought they were getting when they used the 5th overall pick to get him. So it's put up or shut up time. He can go out and play and lead them to the playoffs, and they commit to him as their franchise quarterback. He'll become eligible for a contract extension after this season, or they go a different direction. So it all depends on how he plays this season, Mike, as to what direction the team goes after this year.
So Tuanon, I ask you, wouldn't you rather be Tommynon? Wouldn't you rather upgrade? Why do you resist? Why do fans of teams resist? Like Steelers fans don't want Baker Mayfield. Folks, you got Mitchell Trubisky. Like they have this very circle the wagons and don't disrupt our effort to try to convince ourselves that the guys we currently have are good enough. Don't even mention the possibility of getting better players. We're too busy trying to convince ourselves that the guys we have are good enough. It's bizarre. You should always be thinking and looking and hoping that your team is going to find better players than the players that you already have. I'm astounded by that attitude. Do you sense the same thing? It's just odd. It's this weird denial. Like, we're good enough with these subpar players we have. Don't talk about possibly upgrading.
Well, and Baker's done more, I think, than Mitchell Trubisky has. Mitchell Trubisky did go to a Pro Bowl. I get it. He did go to the playoffs. I get it. But I would want more choices at quarterback, the most choices I could possibly get at quarterback to hopefully hit on one of those guys, Mike. And to me, it would be really a low-risk roll of the dice, and I guarantee you Baker Mayfield would want to play for the Steelers and want to play really, really well for the Steelers because he would get to play the Cleveland Browns twice a year, every year. Wouldn't that just be glorious for him if he went to the Steelers and became the franchise quarterback that they thought they were getting when they drafted him number 1 overall? He becomes that guy in Pittsburgh. That would be the ultimate stab in the back to the Cleveland Browns.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.